Who's next?
Hello everyone and welcome to the Full Nelson Press movie review. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. I'm here with my co-host Peter O'Brien. You can find him on Twitter at MVP360. You can find myself at JohnnyJONNY_Tango. And you can follow the Full Nelson Press on Twitter at TFNP. Pete, how you doing, bud?
Well, let's review a movie. Let's get the holiday spirit going.
Here it is, man. Get your eggnog out, because we got some games for you tonight. So we're reviewing Santa's Sleigh, a 2005 comedic slasher. I want to play a game where every time we name drop an actor, you got to take a shot of eggnog.
Oh my god. I don't...
So if you're listening at home, get ready to get the shits.
Oh, jeez. Are you gonna... You gonna put a counter in the corner?
No, I'm not putting that much work into it. It's Christmas.
Yeah, no, it was, when you said, dude, we should watch this, and I'm like, you still haven't watched Hurricane Heist, but whatever.
I'll get to it. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, so Goldberg is an actor.
Yeah, I guess so. It's out right now. You can only really see it on Amazon Prime. It's only 77 minutes long. Which I didn't know disasters could go that long. This movie includes a star-studded cast, but that doesn't matter because we're just talking about Big Bad Dad Goldberg.
Oh, wait. It's star-studded at the beginning, and then after that, we're just like, who are these people?
It fizzles out.
They literally sunk their budget into the beginning of the movie because you have, like, Fran Drescher was in it, Chris Kattan was in it. Who's the other guy?
So the dad that was in it was James Caan,
Yep.
who isn't, he doesn't take credit at all.
No.
He's not in the credits, and he's not on IMDb. I looked it up on Wikipedia. He asked to not be credited in this movie, and I think that's the best.
He looked so angry in this movie.
He did.
And it wasn't him acting. Like, he openly looked and was like, I hate my agent. How am I here? This is terrible. That is Fran Drescher and Chris Kattan. Chris Kattan was like trying to get up her skirt underneath the dinner table, and I'm like, what am I watching?
You're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go over the synopsis. Bill Goldberg plays the son of Satan himself, who lost a wager with an angel and was forced to spend 1,000 years playing Jolly Santa Claus. But now that the wager has been finished, it's time for him to kill people.
Slay, dude.
Slay people, my bad.
Because it's in the title. Oh my lord. So it starts off like this angry ass family is sitting there getting ready for dinner. The turkey gets slammed on the table and a bunch of sexual innuendos are dirty. And they're like, oh man, this is dry. Oh, you want the turkey moist? I don't want to bang the turkey. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, so at the table is like we were talking about, Chris Kattan, Fran Drescher, James Caan, and then a couple other random people are there.
Rebecca
they say
Gayheart is in it too.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, she's important.
Well, if you're drinking eggnog, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Can we talk about them giving grace? Because they said that we want to thank the Lord for not being poor or Samoan.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Can you say that? 2005.
They're just about to eat, and then, what is that you hear outside? Are those Goldberg chants?
That helps so he headbutts the door.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the door. Santaberg just goes through the chimney.
But could
just
you imagine
through it.
if, like, all of a sudden you started hearing the doo, doo,
dun, dun, dun.
And he slams his head on the door, and then all of his reindeer walk him out to the house to kill everybody.
What reindeer?
But they don't have a reindeer. It's a buffalo.
So yeah, he comes through. He just goes roaring through the chimney. He just Orton punts the dog. One of the daughters faints, and then just their neck falls on a spike, killing her. That didn't even make sense.
And I was like, how sharp is that point on that dog bed?
Right.
When Goldberg lands into the house, he doesn't waste any time. He kicks that dog just straight across the room, and I'm like, PETA,
out the door.
PETA, you can't do that.
So what happens next? Oh, so Sandberg, he takes a shot of Jack Daniels and then spits it in Fran and then sets her on fire.
Yep.
Out of nowhere, though, fucking big nuts, fucking Chris Kattan decides to pick a fight with Chris Kringle, and he just super kicks him into a China hutch, which I guess just kills him.
Yep, dead. And then they like kill him, and then it's just like Santa's sleigh, and I'm like, wow, that's an opening. Let's hit this movie running.
Well, I really want to focus on this opening because so
the
much
opening
happens
was like the best
It's
part.
the peak. So Father Reckmus, he just grabs a big table leg and just knocks someone over the head with it.
Yep.
And then poor James Caan, he's the only one left. He forces a drumstick down his throat and then shoves his head at the table, sticking it down and killing him. And then, opening credits. That's it, dude.
Goldberg went ham. That was a better run than his actual run in WWE.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So the opening credits, they try to explain the backstory. It's all this text, but it's in a different language, and the pictures don't really help out, and they're putting the credits over all of the text. I don't know if we were supposed to know or have any kind of like homework ahead of schedule about this one at all.
Well, they basically had to make sure we were prepared for when the grandpa showed up to say the story, because I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. Like, this is worse than the scriptures in the basement where Blade tries to stop the blood god. Like, I was like, I don't know what he's doing. Whistler, just read it.
I went to start writing up the show, or our review, and I started writing it in order of how everything happens, and I had to stop. Because there's different points in the movie where, like, they're trying to explain to you either the backstory of how Santa Claus is the son of the devil, and now he's the Santa Claus we know today. But every time they try to explain it, they have to cut to a brief intermission of Goldberg just killing someone.
Yep.
They're right there. They bring the book out, and then we cut to Goldberg getting mugged by somebody, and then that guy, what did they do to him? Oh, he takes a fucking candy cane and shoves it through the guy's eyes, and then we just cut right back to them trying to explain the story.
Santa's had a rough 1,000 years, man.
I guess
That's
so.
a lot of pressure. He just snapped.
What is the gig? So it's Santa and him were having like a dispute with Santa was having a dispute with an angel.
Yep.
And then they're like, if you can throw this.
Well, basically, okay, so here's what I got from it. It was curling.
Yeah.
And they were like, I'm a better curler than you. And you're like, no, you're not. He's like, well, I'll bet you happiness on it. Whatever. So they started curling. The thing they use, the actual like item in curling. It's the whatever you call it, the curler.
Curl?
The rock. I think it's called the rock. And he wins, and then he's like, now you have to be nice. And he's like, for how long? He's like, 1,000 years. He's like, fine. Over a curling game?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so that's the credits. Let's get to our main character, which is Nicholas Yulson. He works at a deli store. His boss is Saul Rubinek. Take a shot if you're drinking eggnog. And then we meet Sandberg's next victim, which is just this mean old lady. She leaves the deli, and then after that, Sandberg in his sleigh with a buffalo, they're not flying around with a bunch of reindeer. He's just on the interstate with his buffalo, just trudging along with his sleigh. The old lady's like, go around, and he's like, fuck this, and just shoves her off the road, and she flips her car, and it blows up, and that's just another victim, I guess.
But she was just like the worst lady. I love when they try to get like characters on there to be like the angry person, and they're just over the top angry. Like, I get it, you're mean.
Her first line is like, are you just gonna keep snapping your gum like that as she's holding a cigarette in his face? And then he's like, here's your deli, have a happy holidays. She's like, no, it's not happy holidays, you motherfucker.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, lady. So then what? He goes to his house, and his girlfriend, who is there, Mary Mac Mackenzie.
As the girlfriend, who's all she's trying to do is just like, I really like this guy. He's an asshole. He doesn't get it. But man, do I love this guy.
I really want him. And then like she goes to his grandpa's house after he tells you this curling story of the great Olympic curling of Antarctica versus the United Angels.
Because he pulls out the book called Santa's Claus.
Yeah. So then she like comes over and like gives him, what is it? Gives him a gift.
I can't explain to you the gift. It was a gun.
Yeah, but it transformed into a character, but he always said he wanted a transformer. And then and looks at her and goes, "Are you?" And he drops an R-bomb, and I'm like, damn, like, is this a WWE production? I don't think it is, because then he followed it up with, "You're making me happier than a Make-A-Wish kid." And I was like, oh my god, WWE, this is not a WWE production.
So, hey, let's just take a brief intermission and just talk about some more Santa kills, because he ends up going into what was once a Texas Roadhouse, now strip joint, and then just starts killing everybody there for no reason.
No reason. Just starts killing everyone.
Yep.
He didn't want to touch a dirty pole, so he cleaned it before he made it into a staff.
I'll give him that one. I'll give him pluses on that one.
Oh, that was funny. Turns out one of the people who were in the strip club was a priest. And the funny thing is, people might be like, well, what happened with the rest of the movie? Nothing. Like, then it goes to Goldberg to start killing everyone.
That's all it does.
Which leads them back to the original meat locker to kill the kid's boss.
Yeah, so he shows up at the deli and ends up throwing a
menorah, is it?
A menorah, that's it, yeah.
He doesn't like anything. Goldberg's an angry
What was his point of going to the deli shop? Was he hungry?
Well,
was he just looking for Nicholas Yuleson?
It was just kind of weird to all the killings. Like, they didn't really matter. Then you kind of get a tie-in at the end, I guess.
We cut to Nicholas buying gas from Tommy Lister.
Yeah,
so
Tommy
weird
Lister.
cameo
R.I.P., dude. Like, he's everywhere lately.
But that's where he finds out he's just listening to the radio, and they're like, hey, we just want to let everyone know that the deli shop's closed because the owner has a menorah through their chest.
Yeah, and also the radio, which says, "Turn your radio on and jerk that knob off. We are gonna rock you with some rock and roll." I was like, well, I-105 would never say something like that.
So Nicholas shows up the same time as the police do, and the police take him in for questioning. Not that they think he did anything, because he's fucking 16 and this guy's 2 feet off the ground, posted into a wall with a candle. There's no way this guy could do it. So they bring him in, they question him, and then they just send him on his way. And Goldberg then just shows up as soon as this kid leaves and kills the entire police force.
Kills them all. Just kills them all.
And then just decides, you know what? I don't need my Buffalo. I'll just take a cruiser out and find Nick.
Yep.
So they end up getting a tussle where on their way to Nick's grandpa, he ends up, Santa Berg ends up finding him out there. He climbs on top of their truck. They get in a tussle and they think they lose him, and then head out to their grandpa's house. As soon as they get to grandpa's house, though, which is like 3 p.m, a bunch of Christmas carolers show up to the front door for no reason.
Well, you gotta sing. 3 o'clock
I guess
is
you
the
gotta
best
sing
for your voice.
So yeah, Santa Berg makes quick work of all the carolers. It just kills them just for Mac, Nick, and Gramps try to escape, but they can't start one of the snowmobiles in the garage. So Mac gets on the snowmobile with Nick, and then Gramps just gets trampled by the buffalo.
Just gets trucked.
And then we get one of the best scenes in the whole movie. It's Nick and Mac on the snowmobile through a field as Santa is following them in his sleigh, throwing grenade presents at them as just casual rock music plays in the background.
Yep. And then they drive through like a skeet shooting competition, which is weird. So they drive through these people shooting, and they're like, whoa, that's Santa chasing some kids. Like, all right, anyways, let's keep shooting.
NRA club takes you out skiing. Because they end up going to the town, which is a big mistake. Why would you bring them there? Because while the kids go hide in the high school, while Santa Berg just kills everyone in town as they hide.
Just saying, you're next, and you're next, and you're next, and you're next. You know, the only person who probably could have defeated him quicker is Gilbert.
Or Roman, just running through like, I'm the head of the table, and then just spears through him. They end up at a hockey rink in the high school. Santa's about to kill him, and then big surprise, Gramps comes back, and he was the angel from 1,000 years ago.
The reason why he's attacking this kid so hard is because he's like the last born of that family lineage. Which, by the way, Goldberg gets on a Zamboni to kill him.
Yeah.
This buffalo has trucked so many people, and they're like, nah, I'm gonna get on a Zamboni.
Right.
He throws the golden curling rock to stop it.
On ice. How does it stop it on ice?
It just stops, dead set, like nothing. And then he's like, let's curl again. And then he's like, all right. Like,
that's exactly it.
It literally was just like, yeah, okay, yeah.
So he finds out that the big twist is Santa knew where Nick was all along because he sent a letter to Santa when he was a kid, and he's kept this letter this whole time, and Grandpa Angel's like, well, I want to do this curling schlick again. And he's like, how about I just throw you into hell? Just grabs the angel, throws him in a hole.
Then the super soldier of a kid pulls out this magic nutcracker gun, shoots.
What was that?
Shoots Goldberg with a walnut or something.
Just hits him with a nut. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Which gives him enough time to escape.
He's like, ouch, I'm leaving. And they save their grandpa because he's still in the hole to an eternal damnation. He's hanging on ice. They get him out, which I don't see as possible. You'd slide in.
At this point in the movie, I'm like, okay. So then we get back to the NRA ski group that decides, hey, let's just shoot Santa. So Santa starts flying towards them with his buffalo.
Yeah.
They're all shooting all their guns, and then one dude pulls out a fucking rocket launcher and blows them up.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, it was a really expensive Christmas gift. Ha 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 ha. And everyone's just kind of sitting there going, wow, there's a lot of dead people today. Like,
right?
This is not a Merry Christmas.
Less than 20 minutes and we've wrapped up a 77-minute movie because the end of it is just them picking up pieces and just presuming that Goldberg's dead.
That's it.
He gets to kiss the girl.
Yep.
Grandpa's still stuck in the hockey rink as an angel.
Yeah.
Like, we don't go back to that at all. Or all the deaths that have happened.
Yeah, and he's just like, all right, thanks for getting me out of this hole, I guess. See you later.
And then we cut to Goldberg, who's now a biker, using the just traveling across country to get back to the North Pole.
Yeah.
He's just got a long biker beard, and that's assuming it. Did you know that there was a post-credit scene, Pete?
No, I turned it off.
Watch the post-credit scene?
No,
there was a
turned it
post-credit
off.
scene.
I'm done with it.
Because after the credits end, it's just Goldberg looking at a naughty and nice list, and what does he say?
You're next?
No, he says, who's next? And then that's the end of the movie.
Oh my god.
2005, Santa Sleigh. It is a must-watch.
No, it isn't.
So we do things a little bit different here when we do movie reviews. We give them title runs, wrestling title runs. I'll go first. I'm going to give it the 2006 Big Show ECW Championship run. That pretty much, I think, wraps up this entire movie.
I'm going to go Goldberg's most recent title run.
All right.
That was one of the worst movies you made me sit through. Oh my god. At least Stone Cold was like an army guy and in the woods.
I still have to say Leprechaun might be our worst movie we reviewed.
So bad, Hornswoggle.
My favorite part of that movie, if you have a chance, go listen to it, because at one part they just accidentally shoot one of their friends in the face with a shotgun. Yep. That was one of my favorites. Who is your dud of the movie, Pete?
Well, probably Richard Cobb for not even wanting to be in the movie.
I went with James Caan because, he didn't want to be in the movie no more. Yeah, he's like, I don't even want to be credited. They were like, do you want to be credited before or after Goldberg? And he's like, no thanks. Stud of the week? I'm going to go with Goldberg. As bad as this movie was, I think he kind of looked like a badass Santa Claus. I'm not going to lie.
I'm on Chris Kattan because he was trying his best to fight.
How did he get in this movie? That's what I need to look into.
Wasn't this during like the Corky Romano years?
Yes,
so
it
he
was
probably
the Corky
just
Romano
jumped
years.
in.
That's what dates this movie, because I think like around like the mid 2000s and early 2000s, it was a lot of giving big names to just do like the first 15 minutes of the movie. Like Scary Movie was kind of like this. But yeah, dude, overall, it was a movie.
It was a movie, and we watched it.
We watched it all. So, well, hey, that is the Full Nelson Press movie review number 6. If you like our witty banter on sports entertainment, make sure you find the Full Nelson Press on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on the Instagram. What else are we on? iTunes. We're on Spotify. Like, you can find us everywhere.
Everywhere!
Hey, everyone have a Merry Christmas. Go watch some wrestling.
Yeah, bet.